Okay, yeah, that,
So today is the day in Colorado where the governor has signed into law the magazine restrictions and the universal background laws. Now last night, Tom Clements, who's the head of his penal system and a member of his cabinet, was assassinated answering his door, and the gentleman fled. Now, they don't know why he did it. They don't know if this gentleman was a pro-gun type or if he was some type of convict with a grudge. They don't know. But the governor has gone ahead without any proof and said that he believes it's an intimidation tactic by a pro-gunner to keep him from signing the bills into law. So since we don't have any proof otherwise, let's just go with whatever the governor thinks, that this is a pro-gunner making a point by killing one of his cabinet members. Now, if you ask me about that, I can tell you that it really doesn't surprise me. And if you're anti-gun and it surprises you, you need to understand a little bit more about us who are pro-gun. All right, so here it is, as simply as I can put it. I have a natural right, a God-given natural right to protect myself from people who will attack me. Since people attack people mostly with guns in this country, therefore I have the right to use a gun to defend myself. The people who wrote the Constitution even put this in the Constitution, that I have the right to keep and bear arms and it shall not be infringed. So I have a natural right, and I have it written down in the Constitution clearly stating that I can own and possess a firearm. And you want to infringe, you want to slowly take away my rights in that regard. Well, I'm going to fight you politically, and I'm going to fight you by speaking out on YouTube. There are going to be some people, though, that are going to take it to what I call the next level. And that's like this gentleman did in Colorado. And it really doesn't surprise me, because in his mind, more than likely, you, by infringing on his rights, are a traitor and deserve death. That's how a lot of people will take it who are kind of the outliers to the group. So, the anti-gun crowd, something you have to understand is we feel very deeply about this. A lot of us will die to keep our right to keep and bear arms. And not only will we die, we will kill to defend our right to bear arms. You as an anti-gunner, what are you willing to do? Are you willing to kill me to take my gun away? Are you willing to die for your stance to take my gun away? I don't think you are. I think we have the more convicted of the group. And if you are successful, if you continue to push these laws forward and have success in getting them passed through the electoral, there will be people that will simply say these laws are not constitutional and you are traitorous. And the more you pass, the more likely the pro-gun crowd is to have some of us come forward and do what I guess you could call Plan B, which is take up our arms against you. Now, a lot of you may be jumping for joy. Hooray! The people with guns are taking up guns. We get to send out the police to take care of them and shoot them. This is probably not a good idea, and the reason is simple. The police consist of 800,000 people. We who own guns make up 110 million citizens. Out of the 110 million of us, 8 million carry concealed weapon licenses. A lot of us are former military or police ourselves. A lot of us recognize the fact that the police and the military are probably pro-gun like we are. So you have this little problem that if you push us far enough and we decide to revolt, your team that is supposed to step in may be on our side. And even if they aren't on our side, we significantly outnumber them. So if you are successful and say, let's take all the guns away like they did in Britain, one of two things will happen. Either we'll roll over and hand over our guns, or we will decide to pick up our guns and come after you, the anti-gunner. And you will find yourself in a very bad situation, because when we come and take charge, we will put you under our thumb instead of you putting us under yours. And it won't be good for you. So it's kind of a thing like, be careful what you wish for, you may just get it. So if you do pass to take away all our guns, you may find that we're not going to give them to you, that we will actually use them against you, and that you don't have the forces to prevent us from doing that, because there are simply so many of us and so few of you willing to stand up and fight for what you believe in. Because when we fight, we carry the weight of our guns with us, and when you fight, you hope that the cops will step in and protect you from us. So you're kind of in a losing stance to begin with. So again, this video is geared kind of more toward the anti-gun crowd to kind of let you understand that we're passionate about our rights, that we are not going to give up our rights, and that you may not like our rights, but I think that you have no choice but to accept our rights or accept the consequences of our wrath in the end.
Meep, meep.